guys, welcome back to Romance Review TV with Lady T, and I got another recap for you guys. Love Island USA Season 4 Episode 26. And look like Chaz is caught in the middle of a sticky situation. We also saw the after effects of this whole Sydney and Isaiah situation, and there was a Snog Mary Pie competition and a very, very emotional dumping. So before we jump into this, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to this channel to receive all updates, and don't forget to like and share. So as we saw in the previous episode, there was this back and forth and this struggle within Sydney on whether or not she should forgive Isaiah. It was a painful thing to watch, but ultimately it seemed like they came to some form of a resolution. Then we saw the budding romance between Jared and Kat. We also saw Zimmy head off to their first date. And then we saw new interest growing between Chaz and Phoebe after her thing ended with Isaiah. Then also on the horizon, we have Joel, the new guy coming in. Now remember, Kat and Sydney at this point are single. So of course, with the new guy Joel coming in, I guess things were looking up. I mean, they act like they were so excited to see whoever this guy is, and somebody who wasn't excited to see this was Isaiah. Now, Isaiah has a lot of confidence in himself because at this point, he's like, you know what? He might be Joel, but he ain't Zay, according to him. Bella, however, is really excited about this because, you know, with her and Phoebe going through this thing with Chaz, she's looking at another option for herself as well. So now, you know, Joel has a sit down with the other Islanders to talk about what's going on with him, what he's looking for, what does he do? This man has his business. He owns a house. And he got a lot of other stuff going on for him. And so at 28 years old, he's now ready to settle down and look for his permanent partner in life. And I mean, he really made an impression, so much so that Timmy was like, man, he was impressed himself. But Joel looks like he's a pretty good guy at this point coming in. And it's, not saying anything wrong with the other Islanders, but for somebody to come in so focused and so solid, the Taurus person that he is, thanks for representing all of us. But I will say that he seems like he's pretty good so far on paper. And the girls had a lot to say about him as well, who was interested in him. They all thought that he was very attractive, which is why everybody's raising their hands. And as for the guys, they're still trying to get to know, who he is. Pretty much they identified themselves as what coupling they're in with the girls. And Jeff was like, well, Naja is on my team, pretty much. And, Isaiah was like, well, Sydney's off the market. And it was funny that Joel was like, Isaiah, it don't look like you know what you want. So then we have this conversation with Bella and Chaz. Now, Chaz is pretty much putting her on notice that, Phoebe has expressed interest in him. And he gotta realize what this is. Phoebe realized that she's on thin ice, that she has no connection with anybody else in that villa, and that she felt that Chaz was ripe for the pickings because whoever gives him attention, he tends to focus on next. Well, this is what happened. So now Chaz is trying to let Bella know that, I'm going to explore this thing with Phoebe, but I'm going to need you to stay open. And Phoebe was like, okay, well, I'm okay with you exploring your options, which is what this is all about. But if you decide to move forward with Phoebe, I'm going to need you to let me know so I'm not out here looking stupid. So at least, she was like, do what you're going to do, but, you need to let me know. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be available when you come back. So now we have Joel starting his conversations. He pulled Naja first. He really found her very attractive. However, as much as she said, I'll have conversation with you, she did let him know that she really is building a point of connection with Jeff and that they're doing really, really well at this point, and she don't want to screw that up. And I don't blame her, and I'm glad that she was open and honest with him, letting Joel know, like, hey, this is where I'm at, so sorry. And then back to this whole thing with Chaz. So Phoebe is laying it on thick. They are not compatible in any iota of compatibility. And you can tell by the look on her face, she got a master plan. And she's trying to put it on him to blow his mind, so much so that, I honestly believe she thought that she was going to be able to ride his coattail until she meet the next hot guy that's coming in, hoping that Chaz would fall for it. And in this particular scene, the way she was kissing him, you would think that she was, trying to blow his mind at this point. And I mean, at this point, she's talking about, I've been waiting for this for so long. Just yesterday, you were fighting for Isaiah. So I don't know how long you've been waiting, unless it was less than 24 hours. So now we have a conversation going on between Isaiah and Sydney. And as much as Isaiah is apologizing and I'm sorry for putting you in this position, now you're in a single position, I want to start over. She's like, you know what, at this point, hey, you can try to work your way back, but you put me in this position that I didn't have to be, only for you to go out there and explore your options and then turn around and come back. And now I'm vulnerable because I'm single. So yeah, I appreciate your apologies, but you gotta put in some action. And that's what she's looking for. She said words is one thing, but actions are another. So, put up or shut up, pretty much in his case. So I don't know. It seemed like she's open to him. Obviously, she has deep feelings for him, but she's going to make him work for it. And at this point, I would agree, because she went through a lot with this situation, with this whole thing with Phoebe. So speaking of Phoebe, after her kissing situation with Chaz, she decided to pull Bella and put her on notice as being her quote-unquote BFF. And I'm like, don't you think you should allow Chaz the opportunity to tell Bella, as they are already in a couple? But this is obviously her game plan, which is to do a sabotage type of situation. Now, it could be a quote-unquote friendship thing, but Chaz came right over there and said, hey, Bella, can we talk? And she was like, you know what, I already know what this was. She's my BFF. She was the one that told me about your kiss. And I'm like, oh Lord, Phoebe, she's playing to win. This girl is playing chess, not checkers. So now, since the kiss has happened between Phoebe and Chaz, look like Bella is exploring her options with Joel, and they hit it off really well. They had a lot of fun in their conversation. The flirting was good. The energy was good. She asked him what was his zodiac sign, which he said he was a Taurus on May 3rd. And she was like, my birthday is June 28th, I think she said, which is a Cancer. And she was like, oh my God, that's a great match. Now, whether he was into astrology or not, I really couldn't tell. But the fact that he really liked the connection that he had with Bella, and, they had a lot of things in common, he figured that this would be something that he wanted to pursue, as well as she. So now the night is over. We're now the next day. And Phoebe is going around the beauty room talking about how she kissed Chaz. However, while she's talking about the kiss with Chaz and how good it was, Chaz decided to have a conversation with Timmy about this. Now we hear Chaz saying that, you know what, after I kiss Phoebe, I'm not really feeling her as much as I'm feeling Bella. And I think I want to pursue that. And Timmy and Zeta seems like the counselors of the villa. He told him, like, dude, you need to figure out what you want. And he was like, well, I know I've been through several girls that come through the villa, but now I'm ready to just narrow it down. And I think Bella is that one. Well, I don't know, because he might be a day late and a dollar short on this one. Because as much as he was playing around and couldn't solidify anything, when Bella was 100% in his camp, but at the same time you go smooching with her best friend, yeah, that's not a good look. So Bella now is having a conversation with Joel, and she was wondering if Joel was 100% interested. Well, he just confirmed that. So he pulls her to the side and say, I really enjoyed our conversation that we had. And while he's talking about trying to get back with Bella, Bella is locking lips with Joel. So Chaz, I think it's just about over for you, buddy boy. And he's watching this happen. And at this point, I mean, hey, much as, Love Island is about, exploring your options and circular dating. Okay, you're not the only one who's circular dating. She got the opportunity to explore an option. So now she goes and excitedly tells Chauncey about the fact that she kissed Joel and that she is the only one in the villa besides herself who knows this secret. And she really liked and enjoyed the kiss. She feels a really good connection with Joel. And so she's excited. So now Zeta gets a text message that they're going to play Snog, Marry, Pie. And the boys went first. We already knew that Zemi was going to propose and kiss all on each other. Pretty much the highlight of the night was Deb got pied by most of the guys because of how she did not stick around for Jesse and how he was single. And then, of course, the cute stuff with Jeff and Nadja. Who also got pied most of the night was Isaiah over this whole Sydney thing and Phoebe. Chaz got a little bit of taste of humble pie as well because of this whole situation with Phoebe and Bella. And then, interesting enough, we did see Phoebe do the most by taking Chad down to the grass and kissing all over him. Looked like it didn't phase Courtney too much. Courtney too much. Now, Sydney proposes to Jesse because he should be able to set an example for Isaiah. She pied Isaiah, which, he was a good sport, because she felt that he deserved everything that was coming his way. And since the girls pied him, hey, why not? I'm going to pie you too. So, yeah, I know he was full of whipped cream and a lot of humble pie. And she enjoyed the taste of sweet revenge. So now we're back to this whole thing with Chaz and Bella. Bella pretty much breaks the news that, you know what, dude, as much as you have an interest in me, I'm about to put you in the friend zone. Sorry, because I'm going to go ahead and explore my situation with Joel. And of course, he wasn't happy about that. He even said that it took him by surprise. And I'm like, how? Did you actually think she was going to stick around? Nope. So now we have a cute moment between Jared and Kat. These two are really solid. They're pretty much, I'm surprised they didn't make it official in this moment, but they really, really have a deep connection with each other. And I think they found their person in each other. So that went really well. We got our girl, Sarah Hyland. She showed up in the villa to everybody's shock and dismay, but not to us because we've been voting over the past 24 hours. Now, the first couple, because it's 4 that gets automatically in, which was Phoebe and Isaiah. I didn't expect that. I think that's production. Zemi got in. Of course, we saw Jeff and Nadja got in. And last but not least, the top 4, Deb and Jesse, which left Bella and Chaz. It also left Chauncey and Jared. And then finally, of course, Courtney and Chad. And there's one more couple that got in, according to Sarah. And then the other 2 couples will be immediately dumped from the island. And that was Courtney and Chad. So that left, of course, Bella and Chauncey very single. So they're going home. Which, of course, Phoebe was so upset because those girls came over with her from Casa. But that also left Jared as being eliminated, and his connection with Kat would have been severed until she decided to say, you know what? I found my person. I got what I came for. I'm going home with them. So you know me. I follow these guys on Instagram. I'm going to definitely keep you guys updated to see what's happening. But of course, everybody was sad to see them go. Which also, there's another severed new connection between Bella and Joel. Which, of course, meaning Bella is going home as she was eliminated. So I don't know what's going to happen there, if he's going to wait and see what he can find on the outside, but we'll have to wait and see. And somebody else is coming into the villa. So if you've watched Love Island USA from previous seasons, kind of like how they did with Adam Collard coming over from season 4 to season 8 on the UK version, we have Mackenzie coming from season 2, which was the same season with Justine and Caleb, where she, as a Mackenzie, was coupled up and left the show actually to get with Connor, which they had eventually have broken up. So she is back. The question is, who is she going to build a connection with within the villa? We'll have to wait and see, because they left us with the cliffhanger with this one. All right, so there you have it, your recap for the Love Island USA Season 4, Episode 26. I hope you enjoyed this recap. And until the next video, take a second to make sure you're subscribed to this channel for all updates. And don't forget to like and share. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.